Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, welcome to another live transmission for you today. I love the topic I'm about to share with you today. I just shared a reel around failure and how failure has brought me the best business model, helped me to innovate my own way of doing things that I now get to teach my lovely clients. And it also gave me the opportunity, this model of business that I'm going to talk about today, to have Mondays and Fridays off, basically to have a vacation every week. So who's really excited to dive into how you can set your business up so that you are thriving, so that it is sustainable, so that your business, yes, makes you a great, beautiful amount of money every month, whether that's 5-figure months, 5K months, higher than that, whatever it is that you're looking to create in your business. I am not here to limit you. I'm here to show you how it's done. And one way to ensure that you have space in your business, that you have time built into your business to ideate, innovate, craft, and create, this model is really going to be something that you can infuse into your business today to really create that space that you need as a creative, as a soul-led leader. You need time and space to connect with yourself. And so if you're having a business that is running you ragged, working 80 hours a week, even 40 hours a week is not my jam, then this lesson, this transmission is really going to be for you. You might even want to take out a notebook. If you're new to my group, if you're new to my world, I am Christina Gomes. I help high-value guides like you, transformational facilitators, mentors, coaches, creatives, healers, and guides craft a high-value offer so that you can create space in your business, like we're going to talk about today, and have a model of business that fulfills you, that lights you up, that has you feeling on mission. So we talk a lot about money in my group, but we focus really on your mission, what you're here to do, because anybody can get a job and get a paycheck and make great amounts of money, any amounts of money. Money is lovely. I love money. I love letting it come into my life and support my visions. I'm not just a coach. I'm also preparing myself to be an author, and that requires me to hire book editors and understand the publishing world. And so I'm diving down that world right now. I'm also a singer-songwriter, and I have beautiful equipment that goes into that. And so money really allows me to live my whole life. I love flying first class and traveling around the world. And it wasn't always this way. I used to live in a van. When I first started my business, when I first came to this model of business that I basically innovated myself, utilizing some of the things that I was hearing about in the marketplace, but really tuning in, running the things that I was learning through my own creative essence, my own soul desires, and innovating and creating a new way and leading the way in marketing and the marketing and business world, where people can feel really like at home and at ease and like sigh a breath of fresh air because they're not running themselves ragged with a business model that's burning them out. So we're not really going to talk about money today, but we are because we're going to talk a little bit about pricing. But what I want you to know about this model of business is that it's not about your price. So you can start with an introductory price. You can start with an offer and a price point that you feel really great about. You can start with something that you feel is accessible, because there's always going to be some price point that is out of reach for someone. So we can talk about accessibility if that's something that interests you. And we really want to focus and tune in on the price point that's going to activate and allow you to turn on. To turn on and actually be able to pour into your clients in a way that has them getting better results, better transformations, deeper releases, whatever it is that you help your people to do. When you have this model of business, you're able to do it with more grace, with more space, with more ease, and you're able to be filled up. You're able to fill your cup up so that it is overflowing and outpouring onto your clients, onto your audience. And besides coaching my clients, this day of the week, my live transmission day, is my favorite day. Why? Because I am overflowing with creative ideas, with messages, with words for you. I love connecting with the people in my audience, and I love helping them to see whether or not we are a right fit to work together, because I truly know that you having a coach on your side, you having a mentor, is the thing that's going to skyrocket your success. So even if you take one of my introductory courses, you're going to get a lot of coaching in that. I'm a coach at heart. I'm a mindset professional. As a yoga enthusiast and traveling around the world, learning from different indigenous people and different ways of living, what I've noticed is that when we feel depleted, when our thoughts are like attacking our own selves, when our energy is low, and we're not feeling filled up, or we're not feeling in love, and we're not feeling in love with ourselves, we're not feeling in love with our offers, we can start to feel depleted. And this is actually where burnout comes from. Burnout actually never comes from how much you do. I actually do a great deal of beautiful work and activities and tasks and business rituals, I call them. I have business rituals that I teach to all my high-level clients, and I engage in business rituals almost every day. But we are going to talk about how you can have Mondays and Fridays off, but your business rituals will also be about taking care of you. And so if you don't have the space to take care of you, if you don't have the space to innovate and ideate and craft your high value offer, if you don't have any space in your business, then we get to solve for that problem. So at first, you may be transitioning from one model of business or a job into a sacred calling. And in that case, if you're there, don't expect you to have Mondays and Fridays off right away. Don't expect you to have a lot of space if you do not have this high value offer. The high value offer that I speak so often about, that I'm truly known for. So let's break down the model of business first, and then we'll get into high value offers, and we'll be able to assess if your offer, or the offer that you have in your heart that you'd like to put out or you'd like to craft next, is of actual high value and you can confidently place the price tag on it that you are wanting to charge, willing to charge, ready to charge, growing into charging. It's all very beautiful. So this model of business that I have innovated myself, I call the high value model of business. And you might be thinking, okay, in a high value model of business, I got to charge 10K. Right? I got to charge 5 figures or I'm a nobody. I've heard that before. And what I want to express now is this is not the case at all. We really got to get you saying a price out loud that you can say out loud, that you feel that you are ready to charge, that you feel that whatever is the offer promise of your high value offer, that you feel that you can fully get your energy behind that. Okay. And so the model of business that I myself am in, and that I teach to my high level clients in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, is the high value model of business that has you feeling like you are the expert, that you are the go-to guide. Because if you're going around expressing a message that is inviting people to work with you, you really get to believe in yourself more than you did yesterday. And I understand that that is a process. And so my clients come through my conscious creative business immersion and they start to apply the foundational principles that I teach in my signature create method to help you transform from overworked and underpaid workshop facilitator into the high value guide, so that when you express your message, it feels true. It rings true as it is rolling off your tongue. One of my clients, Shania, said her four-figure price, which she used to charge in the $100 range, her four-figure price was rolling off her tongue like diamonds after our work together. And that is like a result that I love hearing. It sounds so beautiful because it is so beautiful, because it is so true. And where we once felt resistance to charging hundreds of dollars, you actually feel empowered and in your integrity charging thousands. And so with this model of business, it's not about popping a $10,000 price tag on your offer. It's about crafting and intentionally designing an offer with your full heart open, and an offer that you not only feel confident in helping people through, but that you know that your folks will truly benefit from. So the people that are already in your audience. So not people that you don't even have to start growing your audience yet, because without this high value offer and without this high value model of business, then you may be growing your offer full of people that are not aligned to buy, that are not ready to invest, that are not resonant with your resonant energy. So as you are activating, this is why we focus on your resonant energy in the very first module of the Conscious Creative Business Immersion of my signature Create method, because it matters to the strength and conviction of your message that leads to your offer, and it matters to the way that you hold space in your offering. So an epic delivery is what I truly focus on. In my business, in the high value model of business, I stopped putting all of my energy on marketing and sales, and I put a majority of my energy into quality of service, into delivery, into really being in my client's corner, really being accessible to them, and not accessible to everyone all the time at all hours, but really having space to be accessible deeply and truly to my high paying clients and my joy to work with clients. The clients that I know that are a right fit to craft a high value offer and get well known for their gifts and presence and wisdom. So now let's try to bring this into you and your model of business and your offering. So three kind of models of business that I see out there that I have personally failed at. And if you just saw my reel that I put on Instagram, follow me at the.mystical.muse. And I put out an amazing reel today about the three business models that I failed at before uncovering, unlocking, and innovating and creating my own business model called the high value model of business. I failed at jewelry design. I obviously love jewelry. I did not design this, but I actually, because I was a jewelry designer, know how this is crafted, know how this is made, and know that it's quality work. And so I'm very attracted to it. That's very lovely. And when I bought this piece from the designer, he was very, very grateful and very just starting his business. And it felt so amazing because I felt on mission, like helping people to start businesses and grow their soul aligned businesses is like my dream come true. And so I was doing it kind of like inadvertently. He didn't know what I did at the time. He was just very grateful for this purchase. And when you buy from small businesses, from brands, from your friends, from mentors, coaches, healers, and guides, you are supporting humans that are doing great things and just want to live their art and craft. So I was very happy to support this human, but personally I failed at that model of business, and because it required a lot of product, it required a lot of overhead, and I was a traveler at the time, and carrying a sack of gems wasn't my jam. But that's why it didn't work for me. It wasn't the soul aligned business that was going to give me space. So I have always known that my self-development is the thing that attracts people into my world and helps them. So when I am clean and clear and coached the F up and guided and working on myself, and not just in shadow work, but like working on myself, actually like adorning myself and nourishing myself and the shadow work that comes with that, then I am most equipped and overflowing to serve my clients. So in the high value model of business, your job is to not carry things or acquire things or go out and buy a bunch of gems or buy products and make things. You may be a maker and that might be fun for you. I still make things for fun and for gifts. However, I knew, and maybe you know, and you're resonating with the notion that self-development is your game. Your program, your offering probably is infused and aligned with people developing themselves, people releasing certain aspects of themselves so that they are no longer bogged down. You help people live their full potential. You help people transform, really. And so if you are not walking your walk, then there's your base model of business will just disintegrate and fall apart. And well, the great news is that you are already an expert at this. Most likely you are the like most wild-hearted, like deep human that you know. And you have decided that this year is the year that you are bringing those gifts forward and helping other people to transform and making a bigger impact. You most likely have helped many people transform, and you would like to make a bigger impact, help more clients, help more right fit clients, help the kind of clients that gladly get on a discovery call with you and gladly invest in themselves at your highest price point. This is actually like, people are like, oh, that sounds so hard, but it's easier than most likely you're making it out to be. So that's why I'm here, that to fill and infuse your life full of space and ease, and to not overcomplicate the process. There is a process, and you will get to bring your awareness and up your skills and bring your presence and focus in and do the dang thing, and you will get to work. Mondays and Fridays off still mean that you work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And in full disclosure, I'm in the middle of a launch right now for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, and I love the work that I get to do. And so I did work a good amount of hours yesterday behind the scenes and coaching my clients, which is my favorite thing to do. However, Mondays and Fridays, I have almost no calls booked on my schedule. And this is done on purpose for two reasons. In case I need it. So many of you in your self-development understand that you come first. If there's something that you're processing through, that you get to, that you don't have to stuff things, put things to the side, not witness yourself, not look deep within because you're running a business, that you get to do both alongside. And this is why I created the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, so that you have a safe place to unravel and unwind what is really on your heart and mind, so that you're not trying to stuff those things or put those things to the side as you build and grow a business, that you get to be your whole self. And in fact, your whole self is your best selling point. You are your best selling point. You are the sales page. Your energy, your clean and clear energy, and your passion for your mission and your desire to help people is your best sales page. So a lot of my clients at first don't even create a sales page, even though that's a part of my program, helping them to craft an enrollment page or a landing page or a sales page that speaks the words that they want to speak out into existence to attract their soul aligned clients. And you don't need a sales page when you are beaming with your mission at your heart. And this model of business allows you to craft your mission, to connect to your mission, because it's already there within you, but to craft your message. So we are thinking about today, we're thinking about model, we're thinking about mission, and we're thinking about your message, okay? And the model of business that brought me 100K years wasn't the model of business that I started with. So you heard I started with the jewelry design business. And then I started with the business model that I thought was gonna make me a bunch of money and was gonna be really fulfilling. But I transitioned into the low cost course model of business. And it still was better than really spending hours and hours and hours making something to only receive a little bit of profit at the end. Like, we do want to create businesses that allow you to thrive, and whatever resistance you have to the word profit, like, we're not creating nonprofits. We do want you to be paid. We do want you to be paid really well for your creative gifts. And I want all the creatives out there, all the coaches, healers, mentors, and guys to be paid for their creative gifts well, and be highly valued for the work that you are doing in this world. That is my mission, really. So speaking of mission, that's my mission. So the product-based business didn't really work for me and doesn't really work for my clients. I don't really coach around that. And then the low cost course model of business. I can't even say it. It so bores me to death. I thought, hey, like, I have these skills of singing and songwriting. I was giving songwriting workshops around the world. I was giving yoga workshops and sound healing workshops around the world. Speaking of sound healing, like, if you are hearing that obnoxious noise of the construction, my apologies. You can join me on Facebook, where I have a better microphone, and probably it is blocking that out. So you can go to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram, and join me on Facebook, where the sound will be better. Because if I could just kind of like ask them to not, I would, because it is not the most healing sound. I have my gong here that you can see on Facebook, and I really am a sound enthusiast, and the sound of our voice is the most healing sound for yourself. And as you heal yourself, and as you clear the energetic blocks and clear the noise basically from your own system, so that you can hear your own heartbeat, so that you can hear your own mission, so that you can craft your own models of business and high value offers and messages and the things that are essential to businesses that fulfill you and sustain you and have you thriving, moneyed up and supported, and your visions coming to life, really. The low cost course model of business, I thought, was cool. I was taking my workshops and I was bringing them to the international space. So at the time, it just was where I was. I didn't know any different. I didn't know better. So maybe you're there. Maybe you're giving workshops. Maybe you've given retreats. Maybe you have hosted a course, but you didn't charge enough. You didn't charge enough for the work that you put in. And like, creating a course, especially if you're filming this course, or you have workbooks, or you have all these things that go into a course, that's a lot of work. And so I didn't realize that because you also get to create a sales page, you get to craft a message, you get to market. And when you don't have space to market and actually host sales conversations, then you don't have space for a business. Let me repeat that, and you might want to write that down. If you do not have space to market yourself in ways that feel good, and you don't have space to have enrollment sales conversations with your soul aligned clients and customers and peoples, students, then you don't have space for a business, because that is what a business is. A business is you offering a service, something valuable to the marketplace, to people, and them trading money for that service. And so if you've gone the low cost course route and you have a small audience like I do, I create 100K years with Mondays and Fridays off if I choose, and a small audience. So all the things that you think you need, growing your audience, a big audience, those kind of things that people think they need, you don't in this model of business. And it still has nothing to do with price. Because again, we don't want to just slap a high price tag on something and call it a day. We want to ensure that you are showing up as a high value guide, and that the promise of your offer is something that people desire, so that you can validate this offer and start growing the business. I mean, you can't grow something that isn't crafted. You can't grow something that isn't created in a way that is sustainable to you. So the mistake that I see soul-led entrepreneurs make is they're like, okay, I have these gifts. Let me just slap together some videos and put together a course. Now, this may work to get you to a certain revenue number, but if you really tune in, are you fulfilled? And not even by the revenue number, by the quality of clients that you're able to support. And okay, Quality of people are amazing. People are lovely. I love all my clients really, truly, deeply. If you're watching this, you've ever been a client of mine, I really, really love you, even if you joined a low cost course of mine in the past. But what was unfulfilling to me was I wasn't really a part of their journey. Like they were, maybe they'd show up, maybe they wouldn't, maybe they'd come live, but maybe they wouldn't because they weren't invested. It wasn't a priority to them to just kind of watch these videos. And so these videos, most likely that I created that were of high value, they were already high value, but they weren't received as high value because they were collecting dust in someone's online learning portal or like in their email. And I really poured a lot into these videos and people were just kind of passing them by because they weren't invested. So this is where price plays a point. And if you're ready to raise your prices, then you don't need convincing around that. You already know and feel into that the low cost course model of business is not aligned with the quality of service that you provide, with the depth of human connection that you're able to make with your people. And so when you're able to make that depth of connection and help people transition and really be in their corner as their coach, mentor, healer, or guide, and really be in communication with them and be live for them, in one of my offers at the mentorship level, my clients get me in their back pocket for back pocket coaching, we can call it, for voice note coaching, messaging, so they don't have to wait a whole week to reveal what is on their heart. Every coaching call, they get to reveal and speak and use their voice and share and get personalized support. And that definitely was the missing link in my business when I was only taking low cost courses. I definitely only received low cost courses. And so I thought that that was the only way until I hired a coach and a mentor. And I was like, oh my God, like receiving this just makes me feel relaxed. Receiving this level of service just like, fills me up. Receiving this level of service just like, whew, it helps me. And so even though she was still helping me to craft my low cost offers, I got the clue that this was not the model of business for me anymore. And so I took what I received from her level of depth, her coaching, her level of coaching quality, and knew that I had that. As a trained psychotherapist, I have a level of depth in human connection. So look in with you. What does this mean for you? Look at yourself, like look at the quality of service you provide. Look at what you're able to really help people to transform if they show up, if they do the work, if they're there and co-creating with you. And in order for them to show up and for them to be invested, then they get to reach inside and make a choice that isn't a willy-nilly choice. And a willy-nilly choice is like buying $100 course and thinking it's gonna transform our whole lives. And we don't do that anymore. You don't do that. My clients don't do that. But I did that in the past. So we don't really do that anymore. We invest in ourselves. I invest in myself in this piece. You are interested in high quality. You probably buy high quality foods. You probably immerse yourself around high quality people. You probably really care about your vibration, your frequency, and are not like being too immersed in shit that isn't aligning with that. And if you are still, like, I know that some of you still have the job that it isn't aligned, and this is wise because you get to invest and utilize them as investors. Invest in yourself through your job as you transition from maybe a product, service, or low cost course, or this next model I'm going to talk about, or your job, and into creating revenue months that feel really good for you, living your sacred calling. Living your sacred calling. And I want to hear from you. I want to just hear the comments like sacred calling in the comments. If you are aligning yourself with a position in life, with a dang calling, you're aligning yourself with something that feels deeper. You're aligning yourself with something that you know you're meant for. And we know we're not meant to just have a crummy job with a boss that doesn't see our value and go pay bills until we're able to retire. Like, I want to help you live a life that feels like retirement. Like sometimes I'm chilling, like writing content, and I'm like, dang, like this feels like a vacation. Like I finally get to say that I'm living the life that I desire. And when I desired to live a life with space, thriving, overfull, get to pour into my clients, that's when I shifted from the low cost course model of business into the model of business I call the high value model of business. Okay. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. So another thing people do, or another kind of model of business before we get into the high value model of business, is they maybe have a service-based business. And they start to think, okay, well, I do want to pour into my clients. I do want to connect with my clients. I do want to be there with my clients. And I do want to support my clients deeply. And so they start doing everything for their clients. So like in one scenario is like, I'm a great writer, and I have always created sales pages, landing pages, flyers that shared a powerful message and attracted people to my workshops, courses, the things I was doing around the world. I was able to get into festivals for trade because of the way I write. So writing as a skill is always going to get you opportunities, and sharing your voice, sharing your message and upskilling, and that is always going to get you opportunities. And if the opportunity you want to create for yourself is more right fit clients aligning with your message and buying your offers naturally without feeling like you need to sell or convince, then your message is something to focus on. And so we're not focusing on that right now, but it is what I focus on in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. An entire bonus course is dedicated to you crafting your message, and we do that work live because it is one of the three things that we're talking about today that are the key features to 100K years with space, Mondays and Fridays off. So model, message, and mission. All right. So back to model. You might be in a service space where you're like I could have wrote people's sales pages. I could have wrote their content. I could have been creating, and I did for a moment. So I did do this. Like as I was creating courses, I was also creating content for someone else. And then what happened? Then what happened was I was like, this is a lot of work also for not the amount of money really that I know was available for me. It was a lot of work, and it was going to lead to burnout. And collaborating with people that weren't seeing my value just wasn't working for me anymore. So it'd be people kind of demanding like, hey, this content isn't good enough. And it was people who weren't experts in this. So they were hiring me because I was the expert. And yet when they would get the blog or get the offering or the sales page, they'd be really demanding and nitpicky and basically jerks. And I was like, I'm not working with jerks anymore. So what is the model of business where I never have to work with a jerk again? And I'm highly valued and respected for my creative thoughts and desires and innovative talents. So you're creative, you're innovator, you are different than the people around you. You may have been the black sheep in your family. You may have been stifled because of how creative and on cutting edge and Aquarian and different you are. And I want you to know that I am here for you. If you're not a jerk, you are coachable, then I am here for you. I've designed and crafted this model of business for you. This model of business, so if you are ready to kind of lose like doing the work for people, you get to shift a thought. So I want to help you shift a thought. If this is the model of business that you have that isn't bringing you space in your workday, fulfillment, or 100K years. So the thought is that they cannot do it without me. They cannot do it without me. Oh my goodness, how arrogant of us. And I used to think that way. Now we are the experts. We are the guides. We do know a lot. We do have, I personally have a signature method that I take my clients through that I crafted intentionally for them. And if you come through the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, you will too. And this positions you as the go-to guide, which helps you to sell naturally. Okay. So that's really amazing. And before that, that thought of like, they cannot do it without me needed to be eliminated, because when you're a coach, a guide, a healer, a mentor, they must do it without you. The whole thing is that you are guiding them to be self-sufficient, sovereign beings with like, getting the results, getting the transformations that working with you provides. So you cannot do the work for them. I cannot do the work for you. I cannot offer your offers for you. Although my 6C framework for helping you write social posts that sell has helped hundreds of conscious creators to write and upskill their writing. And I have the entire messaging mastery, magnetic messaging mastery course has helped people to upskill their writing so that they become writers, so that they become the wordsmith, so that they become the messenger that is always delivering something that helps people to activate their sovereignness. So that thought had to be eliminated. So if you're like hanging on to a service-based model of business where you are doing the work for someone, then if you love it, I love it for you. And that thought, you want to check that thought. You want to do some self-coaching around that thought. And a better, more high vibrational thought is that my clients are sovereign, unique, highly capable individuals who, when have the skills, have the tools, have the space held for them, have the mirroring, are able to do anything, are able to do all the amazing things that I'm able to do. They're able to do all the amazing things that you're able to do. They're highly capable people. And so why my clients get better results than most people is because I believe in them. And I not only believe in them, I teach them how. I teach them and I hold space to switch those thoughts that are disempowering into the thoughts that are going to help them to create clients, attract clients that value them. That value the work that they do at the price point that they want to charge. So whether that's a 2K price point, a 1K price point, or a 20K price point, I can get you there. It is about your energy and your belief in yourself and your belief in them. So I believe that you can. I know you can because I made all these transformations and, I'm not a unicorn. Like whatever your brain wants to do, I call it othering. When you're like, oh, of course you can, Christina. Like you have curly hair, or you have that amazing Labradorite, you have a gong. It's like, no, I didn't have these things when I was living on my mom's couch going like, okay, let me create this course and let me make it highly valuable And let's do the thing that I say I want to do. Let's finally get it done. Let's finally apply some of these skills that I've learned around the world and create the thing that I really want to create, which is space, time, freedom, sovereignty, and more sovereignty in the world, more freedom in the world. I truly believe the Bodhisattva vow that we are not completely free until all beings are free. And may all beings be free, okay? And yet, in order for me to coach, guide, mentor someone, I need to be met in the price that I'm asking for that. So you need to be met in the price that you're asking. And so when you lower your standards, or you lower your price, or you discount your offers, or you're discounting a part of your soul's desire. So we're not doing that in my world. And I hope that was helpful. Amazing. So to recap, the 3 models of business that didn't work for me and might not work for you if you want space, Mondays and Fridays off, high revenue months without burnout, was the product business. Didn't really work for me. The low cost course model of business didn't really work for me. Maybe it's not working for you, and that's where you are. And the service based, where you're doing the work for your people. Okay. So let's now take the skills that you have, because you have high value skills. If you are doing any of those businesses, or you have a sacred calling, you have been trained in something, you have a certificate, like you have been through something and now you want to help other people transform through something, you have high value skills. Okay. So we want to package those up into a high value offer so that your model of business is: my high value skills are met and I offer them and I pour into the humans that meet me in the price that I'm asking, right? And that model of business means that you only need a few clients that you get to have a depth of connection with and pour into a quality of service. And this is how you have Mondays and Fridays off, okay? So imagine if you had 100 customers. Now, it doesn't matter the price point. People will have questions. They'll be up in your inbox. They'll be messaging you. They'll be like, I have low cost is subjective, but I have offers that range from $100 to $20,000. So I know from the inside out, and I am on the inside of many people's businesses who have also come to know this from experience, that it doesn't matter if someone bought $100 offer from you, they're gonna come in your inbox at some point. And what it is like, you are going to give to this human. You are going to meet this human. You are going to message this human. You're going to email them. Even if you have a virtual assistant, you're paying that person to answer your emails, okay? And so it doesn't matter what your price point is, you will be putting energy out into your business. So imagine that you have 100 clients that all have questions, that all want to know how to unlock the online learning portal, that all want like this extra thing and that extra thing and this extra thing, okay? And it happens. Don't think just because somebody's paying you only $100 that they're going to be chill. No, people actually who only like kind of go for low cost things, what I have discovered is that these are the least chill people. The most chill people are the people that highly invest in themselves. They feel safe to circulate money already. And if they don't, then they are starting that. They get to in my program. You get to feel safe circulating money because you will make that money back. You will. Amazing. So, yeah. Okay, so imagine you have 100 clients. Do you have, and you need 100 clients to make 10K months. Imagine you not only have 100 clients, but you need 100 clients because you have charged only $100, okay? Now, sure, you can have a $100 offering. It's just like, this is not a high value model of business if that's the only offering you have, okay? And your $100 offering can give a lot of value. My $100 offerings give a ton of value. My free offerings give a ton of value. However, we need, right? We're creating space for you so that you are clean and clear. You have time to be coached. You have time to be mentored yourself and your own self-development, your own workout regimen, your own social life, okay? Your own vacations. And so when you have 5 clients that are chill and you each charge 2K for your program, that's 10K months with a more chill environment, right? Because those people, you can set your business up and you can set you can have a welcome packet, you can have welcome emails, you can have a welcome call where you're really pouring in and you're helping people to see how they get to interact with you and your standards. And you are holding the standards of how people treat you. So if people are treating you not ways that you want to be treated, this is an indicator of where you are lowering your standards and where you are allowing people into your life or working with people for money versus working with people that you would find a joy to work with. Okay? I don't work with people for money anymore. I don't need money as much as I would love to have a business that is light, fulfilling. And so people come into my containers and they highly value the work that we're doing together. They're coachable. They're not like they're not desperately trying to get things from me. They're showing up with the things that I offer. And I've had time and space to upgrade my methods, upgrade my signature process, and pour into them. And so I get downloads for each and every one of my clients. I get specific personalized downloads that I'm able to coach them through. And if I had 100 clients, that just energetically wouldn't be available. It just wouldn't. And so when I have 10 clients, 20 max, I'm able to see each individual client and pour into each individual client, help them personally, know their businesses inside and out, and give them pathways forward that someone who is selling a low-cost course only is not able to do. So if you want that level of service, you want to offer that level of service where you're happily pouring into your clients, then you get to have less, but you don't have to diminish the quality of service and you don't have to diminish how much money you get to receive, okay? You actually can receive more money and have less clients and have more space. This is possible. And I had to make the mistakes of having all these models of business that didn't allow for that. And so who is ready? Put high value in the comments if you're ready to become a high value guide and to go through my signature create method that transforms you from the inside out and also upskills you in your message. Because in order to attract those clients, after you've elevated your energy, to attract those clients, your message and the words that move through will get to match that. And we'll get to craft that together. And this is just one thing I focus on in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, which is open for enrollment right now. And so a lot of people wait until some magical ready feeling. And I'm speaking to you if you're doing that. This magical ready feeling, it doesn't exist. There is no perfect timing. There is no perfect feeling. There's no perfect anything. And so whatever feeling is coming up, you just get to honor that feeling. Whether it's like fear or there's some trust issues coming up, then you get to witness yourself in that. And if you'd like to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion and have a 60-minute visionary leadership call with me, we're going to get to touch on some of the things that are personally coming up for you when making this powerful investment in yourself, because you won't just be investing money. You'll be immersing yourself in a collective, in a community with me as your guide as you walk the path that you are desiring to walk. As you're creating yourself anew from the inside out, actually aligning your cells to become high value so that when you speak your price out loud, it is met. Nobody ever says to me, my price is too high, ever, anymore, after I've taken myself through my own signature processes. And I still apply these foundational principles each and every day. So what I teach to you in the Create method is timeless. It's going to help you create your first 2K in business. It's going to help you create your first 10K. It's also going to help you create your consistent revenue months. And if you want to join me in the Millionaire Club, it is going to create $1 million from you down the line. I am not there yet. And it's a casual journey. It's like not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you and I are both on mission. So if you feel like there's a mission budding on your lips, but you haven't really been able to express it in a way that is attracting right fit clients to you, attracting the kind of clients that come on a discovery call already knowing what it is that you do and already in alignment to invest in themselves and are just really kind of talking to you, get the formality out of the way. If you want that in your business, come on this journey with me. I am in your corner to help create that level of confidence in you so you can confidently sell your offers without feeling like you're convincing. You sell naturally. Selling will feel like an extension of who you are being after the conscious creative business immersion. And for a lot of my clients within the first month, a lot of my clients come in and they attract their first high paying client because of the energy work that we do right in the beginning of the program. And then we get into the skills, all right? And you can skip ahead if you're like, give me those skills. I got a sales call coming up tomorrow and I want to know how to hold space for a transformational sale, a sale that feels soul aligned. It feels like I'm inviting somebody into my world. And that is so lovely and beautiful. So I'm so excited to help you with your mission, with your message, with your mindset, all these lovely, juicy M words, because it all matters. All of you is welcome in my space. All of you matters to the health of your business because you are in charge of your sovereign health, right? And I am in your corner and you get to be deep in my program. I'm having many enrollment calls this week with some very deep individuals, and they're asking me such amazing questions like, hey, I'm this way. Is this going to be a problem? And I'm like, that is so beautiful because I understand that there are a lot of people, a lot of coaches and a lot of business coaches that are not accepting of the human experience in the same way that I am. So the thing that sets me apart is you are going to be met, you're going to be seen, you're going to be guided based on what you desire and based on who you want to be and based on how you want to show up in the world. And you're going to get upgrades. There are upgrades available to your operating system for sure, because you can't operate, if you want to be a high value guide, you can't operate from lowered standards. You get to have a price point, ask for the transaction, ask for the sale, make an offer is what it's called. You get to make an offer and feel really great about it because you're offering. You will know when you come through the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, which is dedicated to helping you craft a high value offer that gets you well known in the industry and brings a great amount of money to you each month, but has your clients knowing ahead of time that you are their go-to guide because of the packaging and the positioning of your offer. So these are the things that we're working on in the Create method. These are the things that we're working on in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion that are going to get you more space in your life and business to be creative, to do your art, to sing, to dance, and have that be a part of how you show up even. Amazing. Well, this has been so lovely. Thank you so much for joining me in this mini masterclass, this live transmission. If this was helpful to you, I invite you to share it. I invite you to, if you're not ready to invest in yourself yet, then you can, if you're really grateful for the accessibility of these free live weekly transmissions, then I would love if you shared this message, invite someone in that you do see as a right fit for my work. And that would be so helpful. That's just how we are able to be accessible, because we allow ourselves to be received and we allow ourselves to be shared. So my message is shareable. I would love for you to invite your friends into my Wild, Wealthy, and Well-Known Soulpreneur group. And if you feel like you want to be deeply supported this year, I would not wait another moment to apply. And you applying is going to activate what you need to be able to invest in yourself from a soul aligned place. I know that you want this. I know that you want to create consistent revenue months, work with clients that are a joy to work with, that are not desperate or needy or looking to be fixed by you. They are simply showing up in their power, co-creating with you the result that they want in their life, and you get to live your soul's mission in that. And it's a beautiful collaboration in that. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye.